Am I muted? No. What? Can you guys hear me? What the heck? I think you can hear me right away. Well, it seems I'm really quiet all of a sudden. Hold on. I think I can fix that. I think it's a Windows issue. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, Tempest Thema.
I'm great. How are you, DM?
I'm great. Everything is so good. I hope everyone's doing well. Vidar, if you'd like to do a recap, that would be ideal.
Last week was real fun. We learned lots of things.
You did.
We started off right at the entrance of the Dead Man's Hand, which is the place that we were told to not go to if we didn't want to run into any trouble. We went inside. There was a bunch of people inside. We kind of messed around and waited at the bar while we waited for the Eye of Moonball to show up and trade hands. Evie and Loershik were dancing on a stage, and they saw the drop happen. It was 3 drow, which 2 of them were priestesses and one was a slaver, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really cool looking. And they were the ones selling. And then an old gentleman with a tattooed Sphinx cat showed up. The Sphinx cat was tempered with the tattoos, and it scared away a large dog. A 6-foot-tall dog was scared by this cat, so you know that it was serious. A technician blocked the doorway, like semi-inadvertently, as the old man was leaving, and accidentally touched him and saw a vision of the cat being a giant monster thing that was flaying creatures alive. And we were able to figure out that the man and the cat were Terry and Gusha, who are planeswalkers and masters of blood magic. And also, on the way out the door, technician bought a keg of Maple's blood, which Evie was drunk off of, and that's why she was dancing.
This is true.
We followed them out the door and found ourselves in a different place than where we came in. It turned out that we were at a bathhouse on the astral plane. We went inside the bathhouse, and Evie and Rep met a Kenku that was very friendly, and we found out that she was the one that brought us there. Turns out that it was Skink, who is the best girl. Skink knew all about us and all of our secrets without even telling her, and she had brought us there because we were being followed. We were being followed because the bag of jelly beans that Evie had a bead of temper in it that was used to track us.
Okay, and Loershik's bag, not just Evie's bag.
Details, but mostly Evie's bags. They actually weren't even jelly beans; they were just little beads of temper. No.
She ate.
So we all got visions, or some of us got visions. Evie got a vision of how Skink was able to talk, since Skink normally can't talk other than to imitate. Vidar was touched and was given a vision of basically him being created. And all this was happening inside this bathhouse where there was regenerative pools. And then Loershik talked Callum into getting into the pool, and he basically came back as a full person. He's still a ghost, but has a full body now. He's a 7-foot-tall ginger Viking with a 7 or 12-inch long beard. And so now Callum is friends with everyone, and we still can't see him, but he's able to help us because we actually know that he's a person now. And then after that, we were told that we need to find the Soulforged by Skink. And we were sent back to Wagenburg by Skink.
You were. And that's where we'll start. Anything else? Sorry.
And then we finally sent our message with the sending stone right at the very end.
You did. And in Wagenburg was supposed to be the voice of Gleam, right? Is that where she's supposed to be?
That's what we had been told.
Yeah.
And you guys arrived, I believe, midnight because wait, no, it was midday. It was the opposite of what it was in the astral plane. So you guys arrived perfectly midday, right outside of Wagenburg, on the southeast edge near the road. You sort of land, not on your feet. All of you sort of land on your butts. What are you doing? Oh, you know what we're missing? We're missing Forest Day. It's my favorite. It's everyone's favorite.
Okay, so quick mechanical questions, right?
Yes.
So the tattoo of disguise that re-ups every sunrise,
Yes.
right?
It will have refreshed.
It will have refreshed. Okay, because I did drop my disguise when we were in the bathhouse, so I'm gonna redisguise first thing because we're in public again.
Same. Redisguised.
This
I'm
guy.
always a disguise.
Okay. Casimir will also disguise himself.
When he's in disguise, does he just look like Jack Black? Just like a very short, stout guy with, kind of goofy, full of energy.
Actually, no. Casimir in disguise looks like a street performer. He has like a really tightly knit suit that sort of weaves its way over him, and and it's really form fitting. He has a big belt that goes in, and then his shirt is like unbuttoned down 3 buttons, and it has like an undershirt that you can see his chest hair coming through. And then his hair changes from black to salt and pepper.
Gotcha.
He's very elegant looking. So, like, literally, if you take Casimir, then you turn him into a bard. That's what he looks like. Vidar, are you disguising as well?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you are disguised. As soon as you sort of land, you look around. There's nobody around. All of you put your disguises on. Everyone make a perception check, because this is how we always start. Because if you can't see stuff, you can't react to it, etc., etc. Oh, everyone did okay. Vidar, not as good as I would have thought. But all of you have really good perception. Dang. +4 is pretty freaking good. It's still good. For being level 6, it's still good.
Are we level 6?
Are you level 6?
We are not.
You're level 5.
I'm level 5.
We're level 5.
Oh, well, you're supposed to be level 6, but
We're level 6. Yay!
we'll figure that out in a minute. That's something we'll adjust to later, or maybe during the. It shouldn't actually. 6 doesn't really afford a lot of people a lot of stuff, so we might do it during the break and then come back to it and just be like, hey, we're 6, because I wasn't planning to do combat or anything until after the break anyway. So you're supposed to be level 6. That's on me. My bad. But all of you arrive just outside of Wagenburg. Have you been to You haven't been to Wagenburg yet, have you?
I want to say
No,
but we may have just like traveled by it or
I think
through
you
it when we
traveled
were.
through it to get somewhere.
we
No,
arrived
you
at-
only
we were-
went east from Akkut.
Yeah, we arrived at Koot. And went
You're right.
east to
You're
the
right.
capital.
We never went up to Wagenburg. You're right. Yeah.
Where is Wagenburg located? It's in.
We did
red.
pass through
There it is.
Lysinki twice, though.
You went through where?
We went through Lysinki
Oh,
twice.
that's right. You did go
So
through.
we went to the
Lysinki
capital and then
twice.
came
Yep.
back.
And then Diersvala is where the ghost is that you were going to go talk to. So Wagenburg is really, really small. Roughly makes up about 7% of the total population of the country overall. And Fossvog is the only city in this country that's smaller. So Fossvog and Wagenburg are the 2 smallest cities. Fossvog is way smaller than Wagenburg is. And as you're arriving there, like the first thing that you notice is that the overall area smells highly of cinnamon. Just always, everywhere. And I am curious to know, if all of you would like to make a nature check, Evie, I will give this to you at advantage because you would be familiar with this. Holy shit, Loershik. Holy mackerel.
I am made of nature.
And, okay. Of all the people to get really low,
That's rough.
that's rough.
That was an advantage as well.
That is the worst because you rolled a 1 and a 9. Oof. Okay, so everybody but Evie notices the distinct smell of mesquite and cinnamon.
I feel my stomach rumbling.
Mesquite trees are not native to forested areas. They're usually desert trees. But as you're looking around, you notice that there is a huge orchard. And when I say huge orchard, I'm talking thousands of acres of these gigantic thorned mesquite trees. And it is spring. And you know what spring does? Spring brings pollen. I need all of you, I need Evie and Loershik to make Constitution saving throws, please. I want to know if you're allergic to mesquite pollen or not. You are not. You are not allergic to mesquite pollen. Fun fact: all humans are allergic to mesquite pollen. Everybody. I learned that.
Good thing I'm not human.
And in Arizona, it's illegal to cut down a mesquite tree.
That one I did know.
That's just a big old fuck you to everyone. You must be allergic to this, and we will not cut them down.
Have you ever been to Arizona? It is a giant fuck you to everyone.
It is, literally. Okay, so it smells really good in this area. And as you're looking, you can see like loads of workers in this area. And they appear to be basically rubbing the bark off basically scraping the bark off the mesquite trees, and then you can actually see that there are, I believe cinnamon is a tree, right? Is cinnamon a tree?
It's the bark of a tree.
Yes.
I can't remember which tree.
Cinnamon tree.
Cinnamomum trees.
There's no way that's right. It can't be that simple. It's got to be like a crazy.
No, it's literally cinnamomum.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
The spice obtained from the inner bark of several tree species from the genus Cinnamomum.
Look, I'm like IRL. I'm like -2 to nature checks. So,
But
Negative
either way,
20 here.
There's a bunch. This Wagenburg is very clearly a spice farm, essentially, and they have loads of. Evie immediately notices that there's loads of druids. A lot of them are Eladrin. And they are currently harvesting the bark of the mesquite tree as well as the inner bark of the cinnamon. I'm going to just call them cinnamon trees. But it's the idea that they're all working together to harvest spice and put it into containers. And they're currently harvesting these things from the trees. But only specific trees that you can tell are marked as such. And when I say there's loads of workers, I'm talking hundreds of workers. They have about 6 or 7 people per tree because the mesquite trees don't grow very tall, but these ones are enormous. Imagine if you put a giant thorned mesquite tree, how big a cypress tree grows. Because cypress trees are huge. That's what the sort of mesquite trees look like. I don't know what a cinnamon tree looks like, or else I would describe it. But still. And that's the first thing you notice about Wagenburg. Is anyone going to look for anything else? The main city itself is built right next to the lake. There's a small sort of embankment, clearly built out of brickwork that comes up, and all the buildings are built either on top of it or around it.
If it's a small town, there's probably nothing here that I'm looking for other than just the voice of Gleam.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
so noticing the mesquite and the cinnamon smell, and noticing all the druids working on harvesting the spice and making sure that the spice must flow. What? That strikes as a little bit odd to Rep because druids would definitely be peoples that would be persecuted. So, do the druids look like they are being forced to work or in
Not
any
at
sort
all.
of? Okay.
Actually, do me a favor and make a religion check
You got it.
because you asked. Never mind.
No, because I only get one of those. Never mind.
Tip just for a little bit of world building and a little bit of Inquisition things, right? Druids are not viewed as arcane magic users because they interact with nature. That's the big one. They're considered the sort of more or less divine casters, where a god grants them powers in some way, shape, or form, as opposed to just existing naturally. You get what I mean? Is anyone else looking for anything else?
Given the nature of spice, as technician said, the spice was flow. Do I see any like carcasses of like giant worms or anything?
Giant worms like purple
Yeah.
worms, like the big devastatingly large creatures, or what type of worm?
Like a
Big ones.
sandworm.
Yeah, sandworm. The
No.
big ones that like come out of the ground and eat you.
This isn't Dune. Why were so many Dune references? You can only do so many Dune references, and Lorishik has used up his Dune references.
It's
allotment.
it's a holiday today. Okay, it's May the Dune be with you.
May the spice flow Dunely. What?
You said everything's made out of brick. Do I see any like smokestacks coming out of these buildings?
Sure. Oh, I failed to mention. It's winter everywhere else, but it's spring in the Verdant Guard because the Verdant Guard works differently.
You did actually
In the
mention that
Verdant
the
Guard
first
or in
time
Wahlberg?
in the whole Verdant Guard. You did mention that the first time we came through the Verdant Guard. It's basically always spring in the Verdant Guard.
Yes, it's always
Kind of how you
it's
put it.
perpetually spring here. Where outside in the world it's winter because the mountains and the way it's positioned and things like that, it will always be perpetually spring here forever. They haven't looked Tempest, but if they look deeper, there probably are more spices.
I want to find the nearest place with meat.
Go and make an investigation check for me, please, or a perception check, either one.
It's too late.
You did surprisingly well in an investigation. Are you going into the city itself? Because you're just a little bit outside of it right now.
Yeah, I start walking towards the city.
Is anyone else going with him?
Yeah, I want to go. I want to see if there's any pets.
Are you trying to find a familiar or something?
Because I saw the cat, and the guy was so cool with his tempered cat. I just want to look. I'm not going to maybe get anything. I just want to look.
Evie, are you jealous of Callum?
I just
I
want to
assume
look.
Callum's walking next to me now.
Listen,
gonna-
everyone.
He looks at you
Go ahead.
and raises one of his eyebrows like, really?
Everyone's got a little friend. I maybe just want to see what the options are. I'm not going to get
Evie, you can
anything.
cuddle with Callum at night. I'm sure he's down with that.
I don't need a cuddle. I just,
Rep just kind of raises his hand, pointer finger like this. Vidar's little friend is a dagger. I have seen it.
what?
It is fair.
Yes, yes. Vidar summons a dagger and will cuddle it when he is feeling insecure.
Aw. Well,
It makes him feel better.
yeah,
Look
so
at Vidar. That's weird, man.
Yes.
Rep is just going to follow because this is, I mean, you had no real desire to talk to Gleam. That was kind of everybody else's thing. So he's a tag along on this one.
Um. So as you're looking around, Lorishik, you immediately find some place that it smells so good. And just outside, you see a little sign that just says Smokehouse on it, and it has like a sort of like symbol for a campfire that has like a big plume of smoke coming out of it.
I walk in.
You walk in, and immediately you're hit with the smell of maple and mesquite and all these different wood smells, and you can see that all this building is it's a reception area that maybe fits 5 or 6 people in it. A counter with one person that's just like chilling behind it on a stool, a very small woman. She appears to be a halfling gnome. She's one of the small races. And directly behind her is a huge amount of brick chambers that all have metal doors attached to them that have labels in a language you do not understand. When I say a lot, I'm talking like they have probably 16 of these like chambers.
Is anyone else in here with me?
Did anyone go with him?
Yeah, I'll be behind. I'm not going to eat, but just entertaining.
I stayed outside, kind of just looking around to see if I could spot anywhere that might be obvious where the voice of Gleam might be.
And sticking to Vidar.
Hey, Evie, can you decipher any of these?
Roll. Anything?
What languages do you speak, Evie?
I speak Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
It is Elvish. I don't think Lorishik speaks Elvish, do you?
Sick.
In Elvish is written basically different tree species. You have like mesquite, cedar, maple, things like that. So basically, the different wood fires that are smoking these different meats are each different chamber has a different wood associated with it.
They're just like how they're seasoned with the wood that they're cooked on. That's all they say.
This one smells good. I point to the mesquite one.
Yeah, that's mesquite. You'd like it.
Is there an attendant in this reception area?
Yeah, there's a very small woman.
How small?
She appears to be halfling or gnome.
It's like 3 feet tall.
Around that, yeah.
Okay. I walk up to the tiny woman.
Can
I have some of your meat?
She stands up on her stool. And she says, "Oh, excuse me. Oh.
It smells really good.
Oh, sure." And she sort of pulls out like this small iron, like rung-bound notebook. And she sort of puts it in front of you, and it's just pages of like meat types, and it's organized by wood seasoning. And she's like, she points directly at the mesquite one, and they have like brisket, they have ribs, they have pork belly. It's just labeled as pork belly. It's not bacon. It's not bacon yet, but
What is your most portable meat? Do you have any crunch wrap options?
she looks at you and she giggles. And she says, "Well, we have these. We just finished this, actually." And she sort of runs back. It's hilarious to watch her run, but she runs back because she's got little tiny legs. And she comes back with a small leather bag. It's not even like paper wrapped. It's actually a leather bag. Roughly the size of like a messenger bag, a small messenger bag, like yay big. Like if you were to just have like a little one. And puts it on the counter. And if you open it and look into it, it is just like shitloads of elk jerky. Like 5 or 6 pounds of jerky.
Are these all mesquite jerky?
They are.
Amazing. What kind of spices do you guys normally use? Like, what are your most common ones?
Just sugar. Normally, we just put the sugar on it to get it glazed, and then once it dries out, it keeps it fresh. But yeah,
Got it.
that's pretty much it.
How much is this a bag?
100 gold.
Whoa. Do you have any smaller bags?
I could get you a smaller bag. Would you like a smaller bag?
Can I get one that's like a fourth of the size of this one?
Sure. And she picks up the bag and she like runs back as she waddles, and she comes back with like this little tiny, it doesn't have a belt on it or anything, but it's like a little, like if you could put a knife or like a bunch of rocks or something. It's like it's exactly what you want, a quarter size bag, but it's leather. It's like the quality of the meat and like the fact that it's leather, and it actually, if you look inside of it, it has like a small like almost rubber lining or rubber like material lining that seals it, so it's actually waterproof. And she hands it to you. Since you asked, I'll give it to you for 22 gold. And it has
22?
3 days worth of rations inside of it.
Thank you so much. I give her 22 gold.
Perfect. She sort of puts it in like a small bag on her belt. Thank you.
Hey, Evie, do you have any questions for our, what was your name again?
Oh, my name's Mila.
Evie, do you have any questions for Mila?
Like kind of sheepishly go up to her and ask if there's anywhere around here to look at animals.
What type? Are you
Like-
looking to farm? Are you looking to...
Like the friendly kind.
Most animals are friendly until you are not friendly to them. So, well, we have a small animals. We have a feeding animals. We have farm animals. We have working animals. We have riding animals. Like, what kind of animal? You need to be more specific, because we.
I just want to look. I want to look at some small animals.
I think she wants a pet.
Oh, pet.
Look, I didn't want to commit. That's why. I just want to look. That's all.
That's fair.
She wants to go into a store and she wants to be forced to walk out with an animal. She wants the guilt to overcome her.
Oh, well then you have to go talk to. Her name is Annis, and she's amazing. You should go talk to her. She's fantastic.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch
Okay.
it. Did you say her name is Anus?
Annis.
Like aniseed.
Anus.
Like the spice. Anise. Aniseu. Where she gives you like this really dirty look, but it's adorable because she's small. She genuinely looks upset, but okay.
I thank her again for the meat and make my way towards the door.
And she looks at you and she says, "Just go to Furry Friends. That's what the shop is called. It's called Furry Friends."
This is gonna be bad. Thank you, Annis. And pardon my friend. His sense of
My
humor
name is
isn't
Milo.
quite developed.
My name is Mila.
Oh,
The
thank you,
storebrand
Mila.
of Furry Friends is Annis.
You keep saying it like Anus, to be fair. Thank you,
I can't
Mila.
help it, okay? My demeanor and physiology, I apologize, okay? It's Annis.
Thanks, Mila.
Thank you, Mila. We're going to go talk to Anus now.
Annis! She yells at you as you walk out the door. Technician and Vidar, what have you been doing this whole time?
Just real quick, chat. I expect fan art of that on my desk first thing tomorrow morning, please. Go ahead, Vidar.
I
Of
assume-
Mila's anus, just to be clear. That's what we want fan art of?
No, you saying thank you. We'll go find anus to a halfling, lord chick talking to a halfling. Yeah.
I assume that there is no giant cathedral of Gleam here, so I'm not exactly sure where.
There's a small chapel to Gleam here, made in that same white stone that the other one was.
Would we have been able to see it from just outside the door of the meat store?
Yeah, easily.
Okay, I think that mostly I've just been standing outside the door waiting for the folks inside while eyeballing the chapel to assume that that's where we're going to be going next. Not
Vidar,
knowing
I
about-
believe they are going to run errands. Maybe we should just head over.
Perhaps we should. Evie was talking about finding a new friend.
I will make a wager with you.
On what?
2 gold that she will most likely adopt a rodent.
Do I overhear this?
No, we're
this,
outside. You
this
guys
is
are
this is
inside.
while
Yeah.
you're having a conversation with Mila.
Yeah.
Milo.
You didn't even hear her giving you names of people that own pet shops. Come on.
I will take that wager with how scared of spiders she seems to be. I'm not sure if small creatures like that are of interest to her.
She was mostly scared of the very large spiders. This will be an interesting wager. And just holds out his hand for the handshake.
What are you gonna do when I come out with a spider pet?
Cast bravery so you stop running away from it.
He's gonna literally poop. Take a shit.
And then motion towards the little chapel. Shall we? After you.
We head towards the chapel.
Actually, I do have an idea. If you want, Evie. Just out of curiosity to know about everyone in chat. I will give you the Find Familiar spell if you let chat choose what animal you get.
What does the find familiar spell? That just mean I can have one?
Yeah, you can have one. It can't die, and you can cast spells as if the source of your spell is your animal. You can also see through its eyes and stuff as well. It's got a lot of really cool stuff. But you have to let chat choose what your familiar is. And there will be options in there that are not in the Find Familiar spell.
Okay. Okay.
You're okay with doing that?
Like, no, but I really want a friend, so.
You're gonna, if you do that, chat is gonna give you a spider that has spider's 4 legs.
No, they won't.
They will.
No.
You literally think chat won't a jelly bean?
Listen. Spooky did a hell of a thing for a while where he let chat kill him in games. I'm not going to say which one because there's certain games he's never died in, but this is how you get to understand building the bot that does that. You get to understand that chat in Twitch is inherently full of Schadenfreude. It's just what it is.
So, no Ember Kitty?
Oh, there might be an Ember Kitty in there.
Are you gonna give them options and they have to pick, or are they just gonna willy-nilly be like, it's a fucking jelly bean with 8 legs and
No,
it bites?
what I'm gonna do is you're gonna have your thing. You're gonna have your interaction, but during chat, I'm gonna compile a list. And then once we get back from our break, the first thing we're gonna do is have one of the mods put up a poll. And then
Okay.
whichever animal gets voted on the most is the one that you have to have.
That's fine.
And you're going to enable bit sharing, right?
Absolutely. Oh no.
Don't. There will be consequences.
The funniest part though is my chat is not as evil as everyone expects them to be. They're actually quite nice. Aren't you, chat?
I felt very warm vibes off of Devin's chat, so.
Look, if anything, your chat is pissed at me and Vidar and Spooky for doing the spice must flow joke over and over again. So you're probably safe, Monster, if I'm honest.
You know
have
who's
to keep-
not safe?
Spooky is currently in Devin's chat, so, you win some, you lose some.
How do I report a message?
You don't actually have to pay the balances on credit cards, right? You can just rack up all the bits.
That depends. There's a very complicated answer to that, which probably is fraud. So never mind. I don't know.
Carry on.
So you doing it? We doing this?
Yeah.
Are you gonna let chat? All right, nice.
What?
The base.
She already has one. That would make two things that she
That's
has that she
true.
doesn't
She
need.
already does have a pet lizard.
Lol.
He's meat addicted. So the base animals for familiars are bat, cat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel.
Like, all of those are cool except one.
Which one is not cool?
I'm not gonna say.
It's a spider.
Obviously, octopus.
Are you kidding me, dude? I would love to have
No,
a fish.
spider.
I would love to have a fish familiar and just throw it at people. Just be like, yeah, yeet, and then cast spells out of it.
So I have to inform you now, just because we didn't discuss this before, DM, that if you do throw a fish at me, it's only going to do half damage because due to a typo, I have resistance to poisson.
Poisson.
No, poisson.
Poisson. Yeah, we're definitely
Ooh,
adding
look at that
an
Prime Gaming sub.
We're adding an ember cat and an 8-legged jelly bean to the list as well so far.
No, jelly bean. That's not. I can't. There's no cute face on a jelly bean.
No, there's no face on a jelly bean. It's literally a jelly bean that has legs. That's it.
Sentient jelly bean that has the voice of Angry Cat from the Lego Movie. What was the cat's name? Princess Kitty? I think it's Princess Kitty. Yeah.
Princess Kitty. All right. So what we're gonna do, is, we're gonna have this really fun interaction in the pet shop. So after you guys make a bet, Loershik and Evie come out, and Loershik has this little tiny pack of his like little rations, his little meat rations. What are you guys doing? Oh, so you come out immediately. Are you gonna go looking for the furry friends shop?
Yes.
Okay. You're walking down the road, and thanks for the hype train. That's dope. As you guys go down, you're seeing loads of shops that there are like spice shops. There's meat, like more, not smoked specifically, but there are butchers. There are like basically loads and loads of consumable goods. They're not really like furniture shops or anything like you would see in your hometown. Eventually you do find a sign hanging from 2 chains, and the sign is in the shape of an elongated corgi, like long, and it just keeps going, almost like a snake. And on it is burned into the wood. It says "Furry Friends."
There. It's there. Let's go.
I was like,
Beeline for the door.
I have a piece of beef jerky in my hand. I'm just nibbling on it as I walk slowly behind her.
You guys get into the Furry Friends, and immediately you're met with the pet shop smell. It just smells like I don't know how to describe it.
Like sawdust and
like
bird cages and a little bit of fish food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it doesn't smell bad. It does. It just smells. It just smells right. And you immediately get in, and the first thing that happens is a horde of kittens. I want you to roll a d10 for me, Evie, for how many kittens attack you.
Roll for initiative.
What's the command for rolling a d10?
/R space 1d10, or just a d10.
I take my maul and I crush the first cat.
No, just 3?
Only three babies run up to you, and they just start
Aw.
meowing and climbing up your leg.
I'm gonna just absolutely let it happen.
That's the first thing that happens. And this very tall wood elf lady who's literally looks like she belongs in the woods. She looks dirty and everything. She sort of stumbles out from one of the back after the bell sort of dings on the door. And she says, "Oh, Oh, how may I help you? And she looks
Um,
flustered as shit, and she has like a cat on each shoulder, and she just looks like. And the cats don't look like they give a shit. They're both Maine Coons, and they're both very large.
That is my idol. I'm excited about the kittens, and I'm like kind of plucking them off of me so I can just hold on to them.
And they're
Um,
squirming and screaming and like being
uh,
kittens.
and I just tell her that I'm looking for. I'm just looking, but I just wanted to see what kinds of animals you have because I recently saw someone with a pet, and it reminded me of having a pet as a child, and I miss it. So I want one to bring on my adventures.
Oh,
Maybe.
interesting. I can help you with that, if you'd like.
Yes.
It takes a little while for your companion to show up, and it's sort of fate, in a way.
That's okay.
And this woman, if you like to make an insight check, you can. If you don't want to, you don't actually have to. But she is like so happy that someone wants a pet, and she's like, you don't even have to take these pets. I got you. I will let nature find you a pet.
Is the insight check for like where that came from with her?
Yes, if you want to
Yeah.
find out her motivations.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I've been working on trying to get myself less low, but it finally started working again. Okay. That seems a little bit. Is that better, Safari Fred? Oh, even with a 7, you know that she's genuine, like just wants people to have animals and be cool and everything.
Aw.
And she just looks at you and she says, "Well, come with me, and if your companions would like to come as well." And she yells, she's like, "Elle, where are you?" And from the ceiling falls a black mass, and it hits the ground, and it stands up, and it's this very skinny drow teenager. She's probably like 70 or 80 years old, but she has like the body of a teenager. And she stands up and she goes, "What? What do you want?"
Summer job.
And she sort of goes and sits at the desk, and she's like, "This is stupid." And she picks up a cat. She picks up one of the kittens. Sort of wanders off because you could only hold like 2 kittens, and one of them wanders over to her, and she picks it up gently and puts it in their like little enclosure. She's like, "God, I hate this." She seems like a very upset teenager essentially. And she's Annis is beckoning you to come to the back of the store.
I'll just like take a little note of the angsty teenager, and where she put the kitten, and then on my way past, put the kittens in the same box, and just like give her a nod, which I'm sure she ignores,
Yep.
and follow Anna's back, and also look back to Lorshik, looking for what he's doing in the pet store, if he's gonna come back or not.
What are you doing?
I'm I assumed that there were
Looking at the caged
reptiles of
lizards.
some kind. Yeah. me and Callum are hanging out with the caged lizards and devising a scheme to free them.
We're gonna
Be
free the
strong
lizards.
brothers.
There's only a handful of lizards. They have like a gecko and then a one of like a really really big iguana.
I try to talk to the iguana in Draconic. Hey, buddy.
And it immediately looks at you.
You good? Do you want to be here, or do you?
Make an insight or an animal handling check, please. I'll give it to you at advantage because you're a lizard. He's fine. He is content. He is happy. He doesn't look malnourished. He looks perfectly good. He's actually like he looks a little moist. I love that word.
Do you want some jerky?
He just sort of his eyes like perk up.
I grab a piece of jerky out of my new bag and I put it near his mouth.
He sort of starts.
I look down at the gecko. Are you good?
Geckos are
My homies.
famously dumb. He doesn't know what's happening. Yeah, with your 20 animal handling check, this gecko is at the very bottom of like the standards of intelligence that an animal should be. He'd be lucky to have
I think-
one. He'd be lucky to have one intelligence.
I look over to Callum and say, I think this one probably needs to be here if he wants to live. Do I see any like flies or anything? Maggots?
Oh, there's
any
one
type
literally
of, like-
crawling on his face. There's a fly crawling on the gecko's face.
You got something right. Hey Callum, let's go wait outside. Hey Evie, I'm going outside with the ginger boy. I walk out front.
Are you doing anything specific while you're out here?
Nibbling on my beef jerky.
That's it? You're not looking for anyone or doing anything specific?
I assume I could see like Vidar and a technician from down the road.
No, I thought Vidar and them were in the pet shop with you.
No, they went to
No,
the.
no, we went
Oh,
to the
that's right.
chapel.
That's right. They went
Yeah.
they went toward. Yeah, you can see them down there.
Hey guys, I think she's gonna get a pet.
So do we.
Vidar
What do you
starts
mean? So
kind
do
of
we?
shuffling through his bag to grab a couple gold coins because he's prepared.
And
You guys got a
so-
wager
So
going?
does Rep. We do. Would you like in?
Yes.
And Rep's going to hold up 2 fingers like that.
Got it.
This-
2 gold on fish friend.
Rodents, not rodent. Fish friend.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You want to kill us?
So, what we'll do is we'll come back to Evie here in a minute because we are approaching our break time anyway. So we might just save that until just right after the break so I can describe
Sounds
exactly what
good.
happens. And then it
All
all
good.
happens at once, if that's cool with you. Laura Schick, are you actually going to meet them or are you just hanging out in front of the pet shop?
I'm gonna hang out in front of the pet shop. I don't want Evie to be alone, girl in an unfamiliar place. She probably can't hold her own, so I got her. I'll protect her.
Oh, that's funny. Technician in Vidar.
Oh, it's funny.
It is funny. Technician in Vidar. Wow, she looks upset.
She looks like she found that very funny. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the face of laughing on the inside.
Yeah, it is. You guys got you head down toward the chapel, and as you're heading down, a large group of sort of clergy style. I don't really know how to explain it. People that are very clearly part of the church or part of this specific chapel emerge from the chapel. All of them dressed in the standard colors for what you would assume for Gleam, essentially white and silver. And then the largest woman you have ever seen comes out. Oh, Casimir has been missing this entire time. You don't know where Casimir went. He just sort of walked off in a he walked off toward the orchards. He did not walk toward the city. But you already know that Casimir is not a city person. He's not a person for urban environment. He is not. It could not be farther from what he enjoys. You guys walk, and the largest woman you have ever seen steps out of the chapel. And when I say that, she has to duck from the chapel doors. And the chapel doors, from your estimates, are between 12 and 13 feet tall.
I see this and I nudge Rep and say, based on context, I would guess this is the voice of Gleam. And I start to approach.
What is this giant woman? What is she wearing? Just
She's
general.
wearing a huge set of robes, that appear to have some sort of armor attached to them. And then on her back, there is an enormous morning star, but like a maul. It's basically a maul in the shape of a morning star.
There is a very good chance you are correct, Vidar. However, there is also a small chance she is a revered blacksmith.
I mean, she was following a bunch of people in Gleam stuff, right? So
Blacksmiths go to church too sometimes.
True.
I guess we should go and ask.
Indeed. Do you want Rep Rap to do this the Rep Rap way? Is that what you're waiting for?
Oh no,
Okay.
I walk on over there and do they respond as I approach at all, or
No, not at all. They don't.
do I need to?
They're just sort of in their own thing.
I approach the large woman and declare, "Hello, might you be the voice of Gleam?"
She looks down at you and nods. If you guys would like to make a nature check for me, you can tell what species she is. She's a storm giant.
We were told by the capital that you might be here. We're looking for information about Gleam, as we had encountered a soul-stitched object, and I had known that Gleam in the past may know something about being able to cure that.
Do either of you speak giant?
No, but I could psychic whispers if it's obvious that you can't communicate.
She starts speaking to you, and it's very clearly in a language you don't understand. You actually do recognize the accent as sort of very close to Casimir's accent. Almost like you know that Casimir and the Warbanders speak giant as like their standard language between all of them. But you've not been taught giant yet, so she's speaking giant to you. She does not speak common. She understands it, but she does not speak it.
I'm going to go ahead and try to psychic whispers to her.
Okay.
Oh, you have to roll for that, right? It just...
I don't think so, no. As soon as you link minds with her, a warm, really good feeling washes over you. And let me just make sure we don't think as long as it's a willing subject, I think. So you do have to use one of your dice.
I only have to use the I get one free one per
You do.
per quest, and then after that it's a dice.
Oh, you could actually technically do this with Technician. You could link Technician to her as well.
I can link multiple people together, not just myself.
Mm-hmm. Choose a number of creatures. Number of hours equal to the number rolled. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak with them. I'm gonna say that they could talk to each other as well, as long as you're within 1 mile of each other.
Do I roll the damage on this to decide the number of hours?
It doesn't. Trust me, you're not gonna have a 5-hour conversation. This conversation is not gonna last more than an hour. So I'm gonna assume you. There's a lot of assumptions happening regardless, so I'm not really worried about it.
Well, then I psychic whispers us all together and repeat the question, like briefly.
You say you came in contact with a soul stitch object. And she immediately her face washes over with recognition that you have this ability. And her voice immediately starts booming, and it's very loud, and it's almost like there's a thunderstorm or like a rainstorm happening behind her voice almost. You get what I mean? Where there's like a sort of ambient noise when you're connected to her that's just a rain.
We were given a bounty to dispatch a necromancer, and we found the necromancer actually soul stitching, and the scythe he was wielding, we believe, was soul stitched. We stashed it in a safe place and do not have it with us. We were hoping that maybe you might have information on what we should do with it.
And she just looks at you. She says, "Come inside. We will have this conversation inside and make it less apparent that we're just staring at each other for hours." And she sort of pulls the doors open because they open outward. Pulls the doors open and ushers you guys inside. And inside, you actually come into this place, and it is spotless. It is perfectly clean. All the stuff is polished to a mirror shine, all the metal work and everything. You get inside, and she sort of sits down on this pew that is very clearly designed for much larger creatures on one side. It's actually like right at the back so that they don't block people's line of sight. There's like a set of pews for large creatures. And she sits down, and she sort of pats the seat next to her for you guys to sit down. And she just sort of sits there and like closes her eyes and has this whole conversation with you happens, and she has her eyes closed the whole time. She comes into your mind with the rainstorm again, and she says, "I've only ever heard of soul stitching being solved by one person. And this was many years ago, and it was Gleam himself that did it. And from what I understand, his progeny, or not his progeny, they are not. They are of a different source. But they don't exist anymore, as far as I know. I may be the voice, but the chosen of Gleam are also the chosen of his father. Or mother, is it father? I don't remember. I would have to read again. But the Soulforged that follow his father, his guardian spirit. If you can find that person, they can undo the soul stitching."
Do you know where we may find the Soulforged?
I don't think they exist anymore. There were rumors and like imagine going your whole life listening and finding out that the god you worship was a Soulforged at some point, and that before him there were Soulforged as well, and before him there was nothing. So I don't know how it works. I don't understand how these things work. There's no information. There are rumors and rumors. There are rumors of rumors and things, and I don't know how this works.
If I understand you correctly, the gods are themselves the Soulforged, and the gods before them would also be the Soulforged.
That's what I understand. But they also existed as people for a time, and then they ascended somehow. And I think, from my research and the whispers, that in order to become a god, you have to be soul-forged by something. And say again?
When someone ascends to godhood, what happens to them? Do they cease to exist, or do they still exist within a body just as a god?
No, they die or are removed, and they become a sort of omnipotent being. And I don't know if Gleam has a body. He might. There are some that choose that. For example, the god Jingle has been known to take bodies, not to take them, but manifest one and then messes with people. So that's part of his deal. But for Gleam, he has never shown up in that way. So I don't know.
If we were to say seek the Soulforged, and you claim that you don't know where they might be, where might we start? Is there other sources of information that we might use to find them?
From my understanding, the way it works is like how everything works, right? All empires and existences and factions and things, they have one thing in common. They grow and expand around very powerful beings, right? You don't have a huge amount of people not need leadership. They don't have autonomy without some form of leadership. Our current empires exist because the Soulforged. It's not 100%. I don't understand. But I believe that our current factions and empires were built around this idea that there was one person that initially created everything or set everything in motion, and then it just went from there. You can't have our current world without... You can't have the world as it is right now without the Soulforged.
Is there somebody that you know that would know a lot about the Soulforged? Possibly a scholar or a learned person who has spent their life or multiple lifetimes studying the Soulforged?
There were, but I'll give you one guess as to where their last whereabouts were.
I have a good feeling about this, Vidar.
I have less good feelings.
Oh, I can see from your tone that was... I understand. I have made this awkward by accident.
It's fine. They were in Ilhund the last time I knew where they were. They could have lived. I mean, a lot of people lived, and I'm so grateful for that. But
It is possible we may come across them in our travels. Do you have a name?
You need to be careful when searching for this man, because he was a very well-known wizard. So it's even harder now that if he does exist as alive, then I don't know even remotely where he is. But they just referred to him as Esquire. I don't know his real name, but they just referred to him as a title of Esquire.
I understand. Thank you for that information. I appreciate that it is entirely privileged and must be kept private.
Please and thank you. I think just be careful when asking around, because that sort of points fingers at you.
Thank you for your time on this matter. Also, a follow-up unrelated question. When we arrived at the Cathedral of Gleam in Talakha, it was attacked by agents of Mumbal. We have reason to believe that Nilhund was also attacked by Mumbal.
That would make sense. I don't know what the big picture is, but all I know is I'm heading back there soon, and you guys, it must be divine providence. And she sort of like puts her hands together and like points at the sky. It's this divine providence that you met me here, and I am happy to make your acquaintance. What are your names, by the way? And keep in mind that this is all at the level, all at the same level of Esquire and everything else.
As I appear now, and saying that psychically but motioning in real life. As I appear now, I am called Phalanx, but please call me Rep Rap.
She nods.
And I kind of do the same like gesturing, and in this form I'm called Flesh Render, but most know me as Vidar.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Rep Rap and Vidar. I hope
I just realized I was muted. Sorry, the small head bow.
I will hopefully see you again. And if you find info on the Soulforged, that please come find me. You know where to find me. After this point, I should be in the capital protecting the king. So,
Understood.
and hopefully she's not there anymore.
She?
The voice of the Plague Lord. She is the worst smelling person I have ever seen in my life. I love it here because it smells amazing. You go back to the capital and her essence is just fucking everywhere.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you again with better information.
Absolutely. And she stands up and she heads toward the doors and she sort of pushes them open, not violently, with as much grace as she can muster, being as massive as she is. And she sort of bows halfway to you guys and leaves. And with that, I think we're going to go on our 15-minute break. And I don't know if Safari Fred is still here, but if you want to make that... If anyone has any other suggestions for a familiar for Evie, please put them in the chat right now and in the break, and we will cross that bridge when we get there, and we'll do that whole thing, and then we'll move on. Riff Raff as a familiar, a fennec fox, that's cute. And Evie, if you have any suggestions of things besides your Ember Cat that you wanted to add on there, we could do that too. Yeah, so we're going to go on our 15-minute break, and we will see you guys. Demon Rat. Actually, I have the perfect... Have you... never mind. I'll send you the picture in a second.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, from our break. I hope everyone's break was good. Mine was awesome. It was creating this poll that I'm about to post. I only have 5 responses available to the poll. And yes, you can spend bits to increase votes. And if you want me to clarify what these are, awesome. It's going to be dope. Are you guys ready? Here we go. We're starting the poll. It's going to last for 10 minutes. We're going to keep on playing the session. And then when the poll is over, we will figure out what she has to have. There we go. The poll has started.
Heck is a miniature spectator.
Google
No,
5e spectator.
I'm about
okay.
I'm about to send it in our chat. Here you go. I'm about to put it in the Soulforged chat. Here is the D&D Beyond one. We have 2 votes for Void Chicken, a void for Demon Rat. 3 votes for Demon Rat.
Is that thing technically a fish? What is that?
No, it's an aberration.
So there's no way for
it's like a miniature beholder.
It would definitely be like a Bisbee wins.
It would be a Bisbee win for sure. Oh my,
Yeah.
10 votes for Demon Rat. Jesus. And by the way, if anyone wants to know what it would look like, here is a link to that, what the Demon Rat looks like, because that's what I decided. Because it looks amazing. Even though the scale of that is a little massive, I think. That doesn't have to be massive, it could be little. The Ember Kitten is coming up. Okay. Okay. So you guys have finished with your cathedral. Lorishik is just munching on stuff. What is Vidar, Lorishik, and Technician doing? Oh my god, look at the Void Chicken. 8 votes for Miniature Spectator. How many people are in chat right now that this is happening?
you can vote multiple times with the bits.
Oh, okay. Somebody is.
Someone is
1 vote for
hurting
the
me
jelly
with
bean
the
with
void
legs.
chicken.
1 vote for the jelly bean with legs. Demon Rat is. Oh, wow, look at this.
What did you ask?
I don't remember. I lost it when the poll started going crazy. What are you guys doing? Essentially, what are Technician Vidar and Lorishik doing while this ritual is happening?
I'm still outside the pet shop waiting for Evie to finish falling in love or something. And I'm just hanging out with Callum, who's probably braiding his beard or something.
Oh, he's definitely combing it. He's sitting right next to you. Like, I assume there's like a bench right outside the pet shop, like all down the road. And you're just chilling on the bench, and
He's
Callum
just
is like
stroking his 12-inch beard.
It's all braided. He's actually unbraiding it and rebraiding it and putting beads in it and stuff.
Stop! Oh my god.
What is happening right now?
I don't want a chicken.
You don't want a void chicken?
No.
I would assume that Vidar and Technician make their way back towards the pet shop and kind of meet up with Lorishik outside and kind of hang out with him and kind of convey the voice of Glean conversation back to him.
The Demon Rat got left behind. Holy shit. I ran out of bits.
I was putting most of my bits in the Demon Rat.
Well, yeah, and you got...
Are you?
There's a lot happening. We have so much time left, too. That's the worst part.
Are you talking like Void Chicken, like from Stardew Valley?
Yeah. That was...
I thought you wanted an Ember Kitten. Why are you voting for Demon Rat?
I like both.
Oh my god, the Demon Rat! What the heck? Sorry, guys. I don't want to interrupt the story, but this is insane. What's happening right now?
The jelly bean with legs is really weak.
Dude, I didn't expect it to be that bad. I just one person was like, I like that. Then everyone else was like, nah, dog. A spectator. I think the miniature spectator's adorable. Because it would have a voice. Because they can talk. So.
Stress. I'm like very scared that someone at the last second is gonna like
Put a shitload
put
of bits
the
into
on
like.
the void chicken.
Oh my god. That'd be
Into the jelly bean.
the jelly bean gets like 2,000 votes right at the end.
I'd
Only vote with 10 bits at a time, though, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
how it works?
You have to, like, keep
say, I wanna
clicking.
vote
Yeah.
100 times.
I was
Yeah,
just
it's-
like frantically clicking.
Somebody could turbo click it.
Oh man, dude, all it would take is like a macro, you know, just a macro of.
You can turn off the thing
Chat.
that says "Are you sure?" So I just was just going like that.
Chat. Demon Rat needs to win. This is a 2 gold bet. 2 gold.
2 whole gold.
2 whole gold. 70 gold is enough to feed a family of 4 for a whole month. It was a month, right?
It was a week.
For a
It's
whole
a
month.
week.
For
It's
a whole week in this world.
He could feed 2
There are
whole
no
families for a week.
Fish creatures.
2 whole families.
Yeah, I
I
was about to
can't
say-
win the bet.
There were no fish creatures.
I would count the spectator and jelly bean with legs as fish creatures, just for that specifically.
You
I
you
would.
catch weird fish, man.
Yeah, exactly. The jelly bean is like that magic
Chicken
card that
power.
says this is considered all creature types. The jelly bean with legs and the spectator would be that.
Are you still voting for the demon rat monster?
What?
Look at her face.
You know the best part is that at the end of this, it's going to tell you who spent how many bits on what.
No,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Not you. It's going to tell
Well.
Devin. Yeah.
I don't want to know how many bits I spent on Demon Rat.
I know how many bits I spent on Demon Rat, so don't
I
worry
want
about it.
Ember Kitten, she says, and throws all of her money against chat so she can get a demon rat.
Oh, I
Well,
can vote.
I like both.
I voted.
I really like both, so I'd be happy with either.
I mean, all it would take is $15 for the void chicken to catch up.
Stop.
Just saying. It's not that expensive. Oh no, the jelly bean with legs.
Get that shit out of here.
Oh no.
That chicken took off running at
Oh,
first, but then the
no.
Ember Kitten caught up and took the lead. Demon Rat maintained very well and is currently in the lead, but Jelly Bean with legs is coming up from behind. That really
Stop
hasn't
it.
caught up to anyone.
Jelly bean with legs is not.
It's a tight
has
race
no
except
legs.
for the back 2.
Oh, this is so fun.
Jelly bean's not creeping up. Jelly bean has no legs. It's not running anywhere.
I expected it to be like 8 votes, and then it would be over after 10 minutes. Not almost 1,000 votes at this point.
You really, really need to watch money fights sometime.
This is fun. We should do this more often.
Hey, everybody, watch money fights on my stream every Wednesday at 5.
We need to do this for technician's
It's not a real
personality.
show.
Do this for technician's personality.
4 of the options just asshole.
Again, as Vidar pointed out, I have to role play sometimes. Cunt.
You can't. Oh no, the void chicken. It just got 100 votes.
Well, just sit down, boy chicken. I'm sweating because
Are you
it,
What
like,
really?
exactly is a void chicken?
it's in Stardew Valley when there's like some special incubator that you put you find the void egg. It's like a super weird event. It's a black chicken egg, and then you put it in an incubator, and a black chicken comes out.
The fan art for void chicken is actually so dope. Look at this. Look at this thing. Hold on, I'm putting it in our chat real quick.
So normally when you look at a regular chicken, you sort of feel this sense of whimsy, or sometimes if you're like me, you just feel a little bit more hungry. But when you look at a void chicken, you feel like reading Faust, and you feel the Swart of Eve.
Wow, look, the demon rat and the ember chicken or the ember kitten are actually like so close. Oh,
If there's a tie, does Evie end up with 2 familiars?
Yes.
I'll let you choose. You can only have one at a time.
Damn it.
We have to have like seconds left on that poll, right? There's
15, I think.
Oh my gosh, they're so close. The void
Who's it
chicken
gonna
is
be?
the void chicken is coming.
No, it's in the middle of the pack. Bok, 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 bok.
I'm out of bits.
Oh, by one!
Oh,
By
By
one
one.
vote!
fuck.
Spooky!
Hello, kitty. What did you do?
I was voting for all of them.
He spent 7,000 bits. He was 90% of the votes. He's just spamming everything.
I loaded up earlier when you said we were going to do votes. I asked if we were going to do bits, so I loaded up right
I
now.
should have done that. I loaded up in the middle. I was unprepared.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do that's actually
I was trying to keep Ember Kitten and Demon Rat even, to be clear.
I was
just
keeping
clicked
Demon
up
Rat
by
even.
once, unfortunately.
Well, thank you for the bits, everybody. This is super fun. Now I know another way to monetize my stream. It's making people vote for things they don't have control over. So, Evie, while everyone is doing their chapel thing and Loershik is having a conversation with Callum, you go to the back of this pet store. And this very clearly druidic wood elf sits down in the middle of this carved. The floor is made of like these really nice wooden planks, and in the middle of it there isn't carved, but it's sort of manipulated to have these like channels to make up this beautiful sort of ritual circle. And the ritual circle itself has been painted with like gold leaf or something. And she's like, "Sit down in the middle, please."
I would do that. Sit down.
You sit down in the middle, and all of a sudden, she starts channeling, and these like leaves from out of nowhere start circling around you. And after about 15 minutes, she goes, boom, and she hits the ground, and all of a sudden, you feel hot, right? Super
Yeah,
hot.
I do.
Like ridiculous.
Super hot.
Oh my, spooky. Thank you. Thank you for that. You feel really like temperature like burning up almost, and you look in front of you and a small portal appears like in Doctor Strange. It's like spinning really fast and like throwing sparks everywhere, and right in front of you a little kitten hops out, looks around, and the tips of its hair, like its fur, are sort of ember, and they're sort of like putting off sparks as it walks. And it looks at you, and its eyes look to be almost like molten, like the irises of its eyes are molten lava. And it looks at you, and it just walks up, and it walks directly into your lap, and it does a little circle, and lays down and goes to sleep. And it's warm. It's like a sort of like heat rock almost, and it just lays in your lap and immediately falls asleep.
Oh. This is exactly what I wanted today. I'm like tearing up slightly for absolutely no reason.
And she looks at you and she just like goes,
Dead.
she's literally like crying with how absolutely adorable it is.
Oh.
And she sort of writes down this beautiful scroll for you and hands it to you, and it's like it's a find familiar spell, and you're able to learn it. I'm going to add it to your spell list on D&D Beyond.
Thanks.
And then your little cute Ember Cat. You now have an Ember Cat familiar.
Thank you. I love her.
Do you have a name? Are you going to name her?
I will name her, but I need a second.
Okay.
I'll do it in while we're playing.
Okay. Oh no, for real! If she cries over the cat, it touches the cat and you as it just immediately vaporizes the water. Add spell. Find familiar.
Like tears hit the cat-shaped rock. Tears immediately sizzle into mist.
No, the cat instead turns into obsidian and it becomes an eye.
No. Oh my god, plot twist.
It's not a lava cat. Good lord.
It was a joke.
I can't tell the difference.
Well, if the tears react to gravity, that means that any stack of tears will just fall through and become items on the ground, right? Like gas tears?
Yes.
No? Okay. Is Evie a ghast? Are we all ghasts?
So I can't add
Prize
it.
enough.
I can't add it to D&D Beyond. It literally won't let me because Find Familiar is technically not a sorcerer spell. So I'll have to do it in Foundry. But either way, I do need to update your guys' characters. So it might lag for a minute on your character sheets.
Oh yeah, chat. We're level 6 now. Yay!
Yeah, level 6 now. Yay! And it should update on the overlay before it updates anywhere else. So, as soon as you guys are finished, Casimir sort of appears outside the pet shop, and he is the sweatiest. Like, he's taken off his shirt, or he's like wrapped it around his waist, and he's so sweaty. He's like fully bare chested. He's like, so what's going on here?
Did you say this is over by the robots, or?
No, just outside the pet shop. Basically, as you emerge from the pet shop with your new kitten, I assume you're holding your kitten, or no?
I think she's gone to like under my hair behind my shoulder, so when I walked out, no one sees that she's there.
Okay.
And then is it just who's in front of me?
We three.
Casimir doesn't show up until a little bit after.
Godzilla and Mecha Boys, yeah.
Godzilla and the Mecha Boys. She just popped her head out from behind my hair, and I'm like, I said I was just gonna look, and I did just look, but like, I was chosen, so.
Congratulations, and then immediately turns to Vidar and hands him 2 gold, just in the open.
And I say to Casimir, we had a conversation with the voice of Gleam, but more importantly, Loershik owes me 2 gold.
I have a feeling this was rigged against me, but I take out 2 gold and throw it to Vidar.
Cosmically rigged. I'll like take her down from my shoulder, and she's pretty small, so just hold her in my hands. And she looks like a little fireball in my hands. I'm like, this is Kindle.
Kippo?
Kindle!
Kindle. Oh my god, it's so cute! Okay.
I imagine that was
Hello,
Casimir
Kindle.
saying that in character.
What
Yes.
is Kippo?
Kippo! Oh, Kindle! It's so cute!
Yeah, that's probably Kippo. That's how Casimir would understand it. He's like, what does Kippo mean? Oh, Kindle. I get it now. Haha. She's adorable.
She is made of twig.
Okay. And with that, you guys, I believe, are finished in Wagenburg. You found the voice of Gleam. The best part is you did not ask her name, but it's fine. Technically, you're still linked with her, so
I didn't realize the voices had names. I just assumed that voice of Gleam was the name.
They all have
They
names.
all have names.
Yeah.
Are there multiple voices per?
No, there's only one.
So the voice of Moonballs that we have faced, and there's multiple at a time. They're technically not all voice of Moonballs.
As far as you know, there can only be one.
Wouldn't it be voices of Moonball? Like,
No, voicin, I think, is the plural of. If you're using a voice as a possessive noun of a person. It's funny, actually. Monster and I were talking about how fucked up English is not too long ago.
Yeah.
Voicin, I believe, is a herd of voices, right? Voicin? Yeah.
You guys are weird. Or maybe the fact that Moonball doesn't obey the normal rules of godhood. You know, that could be a thing too. So what are you guys doing now? You have a couple options. You could get your way. You could go to Jirsvala to talk to the ghost of why can't
the Banshee of
the Banshee
the X.
of the X. Yeah. I can't remember his name. He's like my favorite character. I cannot remember his name.
Yvonne.
I was like, what is his name? Well, you have to realize that I have like 50 characters in my head.
The bane of my existence. The whole reason we're on the run. The antagonist of the current plot.
Hey, chat. DM just forgot the name of the BBEG that the BBG that we've been going after the last 8 episodes or so. So stay tuned.
Be fair, he's like the only one I do remember, and Devin catches every single other character, so I think we're even.
Give me a break, okay?
Give you a break.
have it.
Give me a break. I'm handling so much shit right now.
Here's what I will say. Actually, Yvonne is like the only character in this campaign that has a easily memorable English name or like French name, but like because everybody else has 17 syllables and a title. He's just
Yvonne. Yep.
Yvonne. Yeah.
Don't give everything away, Lush Moss. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Or maybe there's more than one. Okay. Okay, so you have a couple options. You can yeet yourself back to the warband. I want to say Novigrad, but I know it's wrong. Novoshagut. Or you could go down to Jirsvala. Like, you have loads of options here. You're sort of side questing right now at the moment.
We sent a message though, right? And we never heard a response.
You did. No, because you can only hear once per day, and you just sent it today. This morning.
Right, and the end of that message was send instructions.
Yep.
So inherently, we're not planning on going back until we get instructions.
Okay. So
okay,
what?
That's the way I understood it. We're metaing right now, but is everybody else?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
everybody else in the same. Okay, cool. So to talk to Spooky Banshee Lady.
Is she here?
No, she's in another city.
Oh.
We have to go to her castle and
You'd have to go to Jirsvala, which is where the Bard College is.
That's where we met saw the voice of Gleam the first time, right?
No, you saw the voice of Plague Lord Urok.
Oh, that's right.
The lady that leaves the trail of slime.
Well, it's just 2 cities away, right?
Yeah.
How long will it take for us to get there?
4 days. Or let me check. Let me check
on
my
foot
scale.
or
4 days by horse.
Okay.
Actually, it'd be closer to 6. Yep.
I think it'd be worth trying to find transportation unless we were able to yeet ourselves to Jirsvala.
Nope.
I thought at some point there were stables outside of this city where we could talk to the man called Jubur and rent horses.
We could, yeah. There's always a stable outside.
Do you think they have any faster options like what we saw in that the
Still time?
ink place with the
you
vampires?
mean the very, very fast coach?
Yeah.
That was very small on the outside and nothing else. It would be unwise to travel by magical vehicle right now.
That's fair. Horses it shall be.
Technically, that would be true at this point. So you guys are gonna get horses?
Are we expected
Get
to
horses.
return the horses? We rent them, or are we buying horses?
You rent a horse, and as you go, you can switch it out for a new horse, considering you have to get somewhere fast. Because they have basically like horse stalls every couple of miles so that the horses don't get overworked the whole way
It's like
down.
a Hertz.
What?
It's like a Hertz.
Yep. Well,
It's yeah.
that's how they did it on the Silk Road. So
I pull out
It's-
my phone to check the line map for any scooters.
what? So many memes today. So many
We
memes.
can.
So technically,
know-
if we're mid-travel, because if it's going to take multiple days, we could sending stone messages back and forth along the way. If we get a message that's like, "Oh shit, it's happening," yeet back now. We don't have to like get to the next town.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. No. Honestly, this is a good way to go. This is the best way. This is the way.
Let's head to the stable master then. Let's go. This is the way.
Oh,
I have
excuse me.
spoken.
I believe the stable master is this way. Says the rep.
I start walking towards this way.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, Devin. I guess we're going to the stable master. We're gonna get some horses. We're gonna get on the road. We're gonna head for Jursvala.
Okay, it's gonna be 10 gold for everybody to have horses all together.
Okay.
So if someone wants to pay that, or if you just want to pay 2 gold, you can do that either way.
I will just go ahead and pay. Well, hang on. If everybody
Everyone's
pitches
2.
Yeah. But it's 10 for everybody, so that leaves 2 remainder, right?
No, it's 2 gold per person, 10 for the whole party.
Casimir, there's 5 of us.
Casimir. There we go. Yep.
I'll pay the whole 10 golds and comment about how I just came into winnings recently.
Thanks, Vidar.
It's amazing how that worked out, actually.
As you're making your way to Akut, can one of you please, high or low? Let's get some high and lows in chat, please. Just spam it. Spam what you want, and then one of you choose high and low, high or low, and then
Is it-
roll me a D100, please.
Is it somebody's turn?
No, it's whoever wants to go. I'm not making anyone specific do it.
I'm sorry. We've been taking turns, though. I just can't remember where we're at in the order there.
I think Eva was the last one to do it.
It was-
Okay. And Lordchick is saying no. Vidar, you want it?
Sure.
High or low?
I'll go with low.
Okay.
Based on how much
So-
Slickster spammed that.
Roll me D100, please.
Evie and Technician, did you guys take your long rests?
I had
Yes.
mine already from before.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Okay. You actually travel for the first half of this leg to Akut uneventfully. The things that you do notice are, as you leave Wagenburg, the sort of potpourri scent that sort of accompanied you being there actually goes away. And you eventually come to the sea. The smell of the sea sort of comes up, and you notice that all of the seas in this like sort of area, as far as you can see, obviously there's limited line of sight, but all of the stuff that you can see, the sea is completely calm all the way across the horizon. Everything.
When you say calm, you mean like peaceful and relaxing calm, or eerily calm?
Do you remember how I described this place last time?
Oh.
Is this the place with no wind?
Oh. No, this is the bay where the krakens are.
There were 2
And-
krakens here the last
Yeah.
time that you were here. Now, there appear to be 0.
I wonder where the krakens have gone.
I wonder if they were followers of Mumbal.
Hopefully there's no such thing as land krakens.
But that's the big thing that you notice is eventually you guys are traveling. You're like, it's not raining. The last time you were here, it was like consistently, just consistently raining on this like coastal road, which is why it's been paved and like sort of set to be more stone than dirt, so nothing gets washed away. It is obviously still weather worn, but everything is dry as a bone here, and the sun is out. There's no clouds. It's actually quite calm, but you feel sort of unease the whole time you're doing it. Okay, so for the second half, as you get closer to Akkut, I need someone else to say high or low, please. High or low in chat, and let's see how it goes. I believe that would take us to Lawyershik or Technician to be next.
I'll take it. Oh, he already put his in chat. So.
Oh, Spoopy. Hi, go and roll it for me, please. D100.
No, I thought that was I was saying high or low in chat, and you have to roll. Well, that's how it worked.
No. You call it and then you roll.
Oh, I thought chat called it.
No. I mean they call it too. They're having fun though.
Yeah.
You're calling. That's the difference.
Okay. You do the second half to Akkut uneventfully. Same thing. No storms. It takes roughly 3 days. And for this 3 days,
this time,
you get no response.
Do we want to send any more messages?
Stones. You're sending stones. You get no response during this period.
Do we want to send any other messages on each of those days?
I would say the second day we don't have a response. We should just be like,
Hello.
we showed you our intel. Please respond.
Unsolicited intel pics.
Better than unsolicited AMD pics.
And B pics, nice. Oh, I love how it has a purple border. It makes me so happy. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I accidentally leaned on my keyboard.
And also, why does that say to Game Master, but I can see it? That's
because he already revealed it.
Oh, okay.
If he hadn't revealed it, it would just say message to Game Master.
Got it. All right, so now we're in Akkut.
You are in Akkut.
Anything of note happening here? Do we just want to?
Nope, just the normal seafaring people. Loads of boats, loads of ships, lots and lots of boats in the water. Last time you came here, there were only a couple because the Krakens were sort of making everything have so much turmoil and all sorts of stuff that it wasn't really, you couldn't really travel. But there's like loads and loads, like hundreds of boats in the water. People fishing, people playing, people like racing each other on ships and things like that. Not ships, just like rowboats and all sorts of other really cool looking craft. Fairly unique looking craft for this area. But yeah, there's just loads of people out because it's very clear that the Krakens have left.
I guess so. We're just riding through town then, right? But just like in passing, Rep is just going to kind of call to somebody and say, "What happened to the Krakens?"
We don't know. They just left. They appear to have migrated or something.
For the season?
No, we don't know. They've been here forever. They were here when my grandfather was here.
What was the timing on them leaving?
A week ago? Around the same time that the Nilhund exploded.
Thank you.
As you begin to leave Akkut, a very large, I don't want to say large man, he's about average height, 5'9", 5'10", stands in the middle of the street as you attempt to leave. If you'd like to make a religion check for me, please. Everybody.
Oof.
Evie, you recognize the symbols on his armor as a worshiper of havoc.
Was Havoc one of the ones at the inn, or was Havoc? We've met up with a Havoc follower before. Oh, it was
Sea god, one of the two sea gods. There's
that's right. It was when we were on the death boat.
No.
No, Cyclodash is the voice.
No, the Havoc was the paladin and cleric with the shaded man, the ones that that annihilated Lorishik in one hit.
With what's her name, Darcy.
Darcy, when you went to save Darcy, that was those
Oh,
guys.
those two are Havoc.
Yeah.
Okay. Since I recognize it, I'm gonna Are we on the horses?
You are on the horses, but you're moving fairly slowly because they don't want you to run through town or whatever.
I'm just gonna slow the horse down a bit to get everyone's attention and say, "Hey, that guy might be related to those two that we ran into at the bar. We might want to watch out."
I'm gonna assume, Lorishik, that you guys do every day that you're traveling. The first thing that you do is re-up your disguise. Absolutely. I'm not gonna leave you out. I'm not gonna leave you out to hang like that. I'm not gonna leave you out to dry.
Thank you.
Because I don't want. That would be the worst. That would be literally going through a city without your disguise. Probably a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah, I feel like that would be
You guys are your character. The general level of intelligence of your characters is high enough that I wouldn't require a roll for it. If all of you had 8 intelligence, I'd be like, "Did you remember to disguise today?" But the average intelligence of your group is fairly high. So that being said, I'm going to assume that you disguise always, unless otherwise, obviously. So he's standing in the middle of the road by himself, just chilling. He's dressed in a set of chainmail armor, and he doesn't appear to be armed at the moment.
Is he blocking our path or just?
He is blocking. He's standing in the path. He's standing in the road, attempting to block your path.
I direct my horse to the side of the road and try to walk past him.
Hold up there, mate.
No, thank you.
No, I'm here to inspect.
Not interested.
I'm inspecting your paperwork.
I'm good, thanks.
I understand. Oh, that darn paperwork. Where is that paperwork? So, sorry, real quick meta question. Does anybody have any paper?
No, but I was looking through my cantrips to see if I have anything I could.
I take out a piece of beef jerky and toss it to the guy.
He lets it fall to the floor, fall to the ground.
Why would you waste that? You
could have poisoned
grumpy.
it.
Here, give it back.
Sure. And he sort of picks it up and tosses it back at you.
I take a bite out of it and throw it back at him.
He actually catches it this time and he sort of dusts it off and he's like, "It's pretty nice actually. Where'd you get it?"
Up the road in Wagenburg.
NB, you should be hanged for that joke. It's so good. That is actually so good. Holy shit. If anyone is wondering, he said Akkut is now Kraken Lacken.
Get out.
It hurts to listen.
It hurts,
Thanks
but
for
it's
saying that loud.
so good.
So just real quick, because we haven't really talked about this yet, but if anybody wants to book NB, I'm representing him. He's already agreed to my fee. Don't forget to tip your waiters and your waitresses, and try the veal or fish or whatever wine is on special that they need to get rid of right now.
So he's asking for paperwork. What are you guys doing?
I'll step up to him and be like, "We have been traveling a long way. We were looking for we were just doing rounds of looking for temples and enjoying the scenery of Verdengard. But we ran into a storm and lost all of our papers."
Make a deception check, please. If anyone would like to assist her and give her advantage, you're more than welcome to do so.
Hit me up.
I assist her and I give her advantage.
All right.
I need to make a wisdom saving throw. Or an insight check. Nat 1.
We good.
This guy's an idiot. Hope he likes that jerky.
He does. He's like, right, move along.
Ooh.
And then as he says move along, 15 guys come from the trenches, the ditches on the side of the road. Out of the shadows.
Do you think they want to see our papers too?
No, they just appeared. They just all start talking to each other. It's very clear that they were ready to ambush you.
Oh, so they're just like they're cool now?
Yeah. If he said you're good to go, they trust him. So
It's a checkpoint. There's one person there to hold you up and ask questions, and then if you make trouble, there's a whole bunch of people there to mess up your day.
yep. And you
Slash.
guys make it past. So for the first, we're gonna go day by day on this one. So you have 4 days of travel between Akut and Yersvala. Or is it 3 days? It is 3 days. The first day, I need someone to roll a D100, please.
On it.
High or low?
Oh, low.
Okay. It passes uneventfully.
Guys, do you think we should send a message? We haven't heard in like 3 days.
Yep. This is actually 4 days that you haven't heard anything back.
That's
Yes.
Morning of the
concerning.
fourth day? Or morning of the third day? And the evening of the fourth day.
Evening.
It's morning now, right?
This is going to be morning of the 4th day.
Fourth day after we've sent the message.
Yep. After you started moving. Oh, the 4th. Did you guys send a second message?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I have a bad feeling, guys. I think we should reach out again.
I agree. We should send another message.
What are you going to
should we
send?
say?
We should ask them to please respond, and that we are concerned for the condition of the area.
Okay.
Is
So
there
ask
any
them
reason?
to respond? Tell them we'll be in Trisvala?
Is there any reason to suspect that there's something bad happening because we haven't heard in this long? Like maybe we should.
We were being hunted by witch hunters who were tracking us via the bags, the gifts that you and Loerchik received.
Right.
While we were in Nocherva Good. It would be reasonable to assume they know the location of the camp at least. Or they know a location that we have returned to more than once.
Should we
Actually,
just
as you guys are having this conversation, the sending stone lights up. Who has it? I think
Loerchik does.
Loerchik
Loerchik.
has it, right? Because I assume that you pull it out and you're like, "What message should we send?" As you're doing that, it lights up. Are you gonna do your like meat?
Yep.
From the sending stone, you hear the following message: Nochergut attacked. Successful defense. Return at leisure. That's all.
Is that suspicious at all?
They didn't send instructions.
They
Told us to
well, I
return our
assume Loerchik has relayed that to everybody, or no?
Did you?
Yeah. I assume everyone. Am I hearing in my head? I thought it was.
You're
like a
the
speaker.
user of the stone. You're the only one who hears it.
Yep, you're the only one that hears it.
Oh, okay. They said that
Nochergut.
Nochergut was attacked, but that they defended themselves. But they said that we can return at our leisure.
That is one way that Stanislava talks. She does talk that way.
Okay.
So
Is it a code
she's
for something.
yes. If she said other words, I would know that there's an issue. Was that word for word what she said? Because if she said return at leisure, that means that they are actually fine. if she said don't return or return with haste or some other specific word. She does not use the word leisure very often because, she works all the time. So,
She said leisure, but is there any reason to believe this message? Can we verify where this message came from?
there's other sending stone, which is the only one that she has, and she's the only one that can attune to it. Right? She's the only one attuned to it, is Stanislawa. It's no one else, just her. So, and it also comes through with her voice. And she had the accent I have, correct?
Unless she was in distress and she was being held at wand point or something.
Wand point, Stanislawa. Hold the wand point. Get out of here. You crazy.
You greatly underestimate the power
I
of
don't wanna-
Stanislava. When I was
And
talking,
you also need to remember, the Absalorn is there. Fucking Beast Butcher. I think Blue Justice.
And his wives.
Blue Justice showed up right
the
after we
British-
left, as
no.
far as I knew the schedule. So there's
Okay.
they would have to defeat fucking 4 of us, 4 clans, especially with the spiders. Like no fucking way.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
right.
reassure you, Larshik, that you trust
I
my people,
appreciate that.
right?
Thank you,
You're
Casper.
part of the clan.
Yes.
Have faith.
I just want them to be okay.
And they
I care
are.
about
They are very clearly okay. We're going to go back, and hopefully no one's dead. But, that being said, have faith. Just have faith, my friend.
So let's send a message and let them know that we'll be in Drisvala, and we'll return in about 3 days' time.
It's perfect. You're the one with the sending stone. If we go ahead. I mean, that's
Does that
less,
sound
that's
good,
less
everyone?
than 25 words, after all.
Yep.
going to see a banshee about a dog. We'll
Anything
return
else?
shortly.
I would also like to point out, Casimir, that regardless of how many clans there are, Nilhund was destroyed in one blow.
This is true, but technically speaking, we should be able to see smoke cloud. Considering, look over there. It points in the direction of Nilhund, and you can see the smoke plume is still clearing from when Nilhund exploded, and it's very visible from where you are. He's like, we would have seen it. We would have seen something.
Safari Fred knows what's up. Sorry. Had to-
Wow.
I
Rude.
I hold the sending stone, and I look to it and I say, "Meet."
It lights up, awaiting your input.
Also, let them know that papers are now required for travel. That may be important to some of their other operatives.
That's true. Good job, technician.
Papers now required for travel. Heading to Drisvala. Be there in 2 days. To see Banshee about bitch.
Returning soon?
Evie got a cat. Returning soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. The message sends successfully, and the stone sort of loses its luster. The next,
Whose horse is Callum riding on?
Callum walks with you guys. Callum has such a huge.
Oh, he just keeps up with
stride.
the horses? Okay.
Oh yeah,
cool.
oh yeah. He's like 7 feet tall, dude.
He's a ghost floaty boy.
Yeah,
or
he can
something.
float. He can fucking fly. He can do whatever he wants. Now that he's not a skull. Now that he's not like a skull. He can do it. He has more than one mode of transportation.
How many centuries did he spend as a skull? Right? Because if I spent like half a century without legs, I would just walk fucking everywhere when I was done with that. As soon as I got legs, I'd be like, yeah, continent.
If you were to ask him, you could ask him. Do you want to ask him how old he is? How long he's been dead?
No, I was doing a bit.
Hey, Callum, how old are you? How long have you been dead?
Right. So I was alive during the rain. So that
He was
puts
alive during the
me.
rain.
What?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to the technician.
What did you? What?
Go ahead.
Well, it puts me at 12,000. Been dead a long time.
He's been dead for 12,000 days, guys.
12,000 years.
12,000 days.
Years.
Oh,
I've been.
12,000. Did you just say years?
Yes, I did. I've been dead for a long.
Dead for
fucking
12,000 years.
time.
Hey,
100.
Callum, are you a god?
centuries.
No. What would I be a god for?
sure?
You think I'd still be here if I was?
Something.
Fuck off.
I don't know. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Okay.
No. I know what you're talking about, you sick fuck. I'm not a Soulforged.
You want some jerky?
No, I can't eat fucking jerky.
Sure.
Yes, I would love to, but I can't do it.
Is there any
Okay.
chance that I would know anything about Callum, or would I have been hibernating during that time?
You were not even dreamed of being built yet.
I thought I was a lot older than that.
No, you were built after the rain. You're built after this time period. Callum predates you by a few millennia.
You said that I was at 180,000 years old.
Oh yeah. It was okay. Hold on.
So Callum's 1.2 million years old.
So Callum he was alive during the first age. So Callum is like 300,000 years old.
Callum, you look good for 300,000.
Sorry, I don't have my book. I don't know where my book. I actually don't know
In
where my notebook
300,000
is.
years, it's only grown 12 inches.
This is what I looked like when I died. That's all. I got nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It is a magnificent beard.
Who are you talking to, technician?
Sorry, we saw.
You did
Okay.
see him.
We did see him in a vision, and Rep is aware that you are talking to Callum because you're talking out loud, not whispering. So he made the connection and is commenting on Callum's beard from the vision. I had to make sure I wasn't meta-ing there, but yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And right
I'm just
now,
talking-
he has it braided in a super tight braid at the moment.
Can you strangle someone with that beard?
If I wanted to, yeah. I did it.
Would
I
you
did
ever
it
want
once when it was longer. Right before I died, it was great. This was,
Hey guys, Callum can choke people with his beard.
he's like walks with a little pep in his step, just like chilling. I need someone to say high or low for the next day. I believe we're on Eevee, right?
Well, and I don't know how to roll D100.
/R.
R. Space D100.
Sorry.
High or low first?
What did I just say? Low? No, hot, low, low.
Okay. Oh. Right before you get into Gearsvala, I need everyone to make a perception check, please.
Well,
Oh yeah, Vidar has expertise on perception now. Jesus. He's +9 to perception.
What do your expert eyes see?
I was gonna say, Eevee and Vidar, you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, Loreshik, you didn't get high enough. Okay, calm down. You rolled well, but you didn't get high enough. Okay. All of a sudden, it's about evening time on the last day before you get to Gearsvala. Gearsvala will be like midday you show up, okay? All of a sudden, right as the sun is setting, it gets extremely cold. Like it's normally 72, 75 degrees. It drops to about 40 degrees instantly.
I'm gonna move Kindle from my neck to inside my coat so I'm not cold.
Mm-hmm.
And look around and comment back to the rest of the group. Isn't the Verdengard it perpetually in spring? It feels like this is back at the crag kind of weather.
It is supposed to be.
I thought Tersvala and the places to the east are typically snowy. Or do I misremember that?
I believe you're misremembering. Generally, in the Verdengard, the climate was always pleasant and verdant.
Is it sandy then?
Nope.
It's because you're looking at the map and it's a shoreline. Is that okay?
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
my observer is like completely wrong. There it is. It gets a little bit more rocky at the edge where the mountains are, but other than that, this place is very green.
Are you asking because there has been some shift in the weather? I didn't notice anything.
It has definitely gotten colder.
That can't be right. I've heard people talk about this phenomenon, but it is a myth.
What phenomenon?
A change in climate.
I need all of you, as you're looking, Vidar, you see, both Evie, you feel the temperature drop, and then you hear sort of breathing through teeth noise.
By the way, when you make that sound, your compressor says "fuck you" and mutes you.
I bet it does. But you hear the sound of sharp breathing through teeth.
I'm gonna look around and say, did anyone else hear that just now?
This is what you see, Vidar. Hold on. You see this creeping around. Oh, it's not letting me do it. Cool.
While this is going on, I pull my silk scarf out of my bag and throw it around my neck.
Nice. What the heck? It won't let me. Is it bugged? Okay. Vidar, you see this shambling around in the forest looking at you guys. Just watching you from the forest.
Is that a thing that if I pointed out, other people would actually be able to see it, or is that like I'm only noticing it because I'm so perceptive?
You're only noticing it because you're so perceptive.
As we're on the horses and we're still moving, I assume, I kind of point over to the woods and be like, there's something watching us over there. We should prepare for battle, but keep moving. It doesn't look like something we might want to fight.
What does it look like?
It looks to me like some sort of skeletal creature, but with flesh, and most of its body is hands.
Hey, Callum.
Yeah, right.
See anything over there?
Nope, not at all. I can feel
I
something.
think you're going crazy, Vidar.
There's something
feel-
crazy. There is something over there, but I don't see it.
This is about 12 inches.
What?
Maybe it's your beard.
No, fuck off.
Since I'm in disguise, my eyes are like a lavy red, so I
Mhm.
look over to the forest to see if it responds to my glowing eyes.
As soon as you look over, you hear a from that direction.
Right. Nothing to worry about, guys. Let's keep going.
And all of you hear it.
That is most concerning. And Rep is going to try to convince his horse to go just a little faster. Animal handling, roll for kick.
Yeah. Are you all gonna try and go faster, or are you just gonna?
Nah,
Hmm.
I like my
Alright.
pace.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep up with.
Anyone who wants to go fast, make an animal handling check, please.
Not even gonna bother if I'm gonna be the only one going
I
fast.
suddenly feel like I kind of want to go fast.
Okay. You do have a thing that lets you reroll, technician.
Yes, I'm going to see if maybe
Callum can help you.
I already forgot the name of this
It's the
ability.
Return of the Old King.
Return of the Old King. There we go. I knew it was an R word. Where
There you go.
I'm sorry,
I
where
speak
is
choose
it?
the language.
It should be. I did add it to your sheet. I know I did. It should be under
Yeah,
features. It should be under features. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Doesn't
High
have
finds.
it doesn't have a picture yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to look back at everyone and be like, "But seriously, we should be ready to defend ourselves, but only if we have to. We should move on quickly."
Okay. So, Luershik, Vidar, and Technician. Yeah! They can start going faster.
Hey, Callum, can you pick up her horse and just like carry her since you can keep up?
I'll roll.
Okay. You're all attempting to go faster. What I'm going to do is, by the way, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
That
Gross.
was not at all what I got out of the
Nope, me
the
neither.
description.
And for those of you in chat, this is what is chasing them at the moment. And
When
it's-
Vidar said it's mostly hands, I pictured like multiple
The
hands.
torso was hands.
Yeah, not
that's
that
what I
like
was
it just had really big hands.
it begins
claws.
to
I
cackle.
gotcha.
It begins to cackle extremely loud and chase you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. Also, I need to make a skill check for our boy Casimir, because Casimir is also going to go. Animal handling, normal, 21. Let's go. Casimir also keeps going. For those of you who rolled less than 20, I'm gonna roll an athletics check for my boy. And if he beats you, one of you is losing a horse. Because the base damage on his claw, he can blink up to 60 feet. So he's going to teleport and hit one of your horses. And it does an absolute shitload of damage. It does 3d10 plus 4 damage per claw hitting. And he gets 2 claw attacks. So, one of you is losing a horse. Let's see. It should be in this compendium. And we'll see if it... Bone Claw. There you are, Mr. Bone Claw. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Mr. Boneclaw, don't eat my horse. Boom, 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 boom.
So who rolled less than 20 at the moment?
Uh,
Vidar and
me-
Vidar.
Loershik. Okay. I need the two of you to make... let's do initiative. We're not going to go straight into combat, but we are going to roll initiative. So you should have an initiative section of your character sheet.
There's no active combat encounter in your currently viewed scene.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll add in a combat encounter. Okay, go ahead. Uh-oh.
Get fucked on, Vidar.
Wait, does everyone need to?
No.
Just
Oh.
me, Vidar.
Oh, I don't have a token for this.
Never mind. I already rolled.
Burning
Nope.
your good rolls.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not part of it. Remove combatant. Remove combatant. It's just these two. The other two got out real quick.
What about Casimir? Did Casimir get out?
Casimir rolled a 21 because he's awesome like that. Where are you, Bone Claw? Ah, look how crazy he looks. I have to have him on the thing to make him a combatant. Oh, okay. He rolled a 10. So, Vidar. Horse. How many hit points does a horse have? A riding horse has 13 hit points. I'm going to publicly roll the damage from one piercing claw. And if it rolls less than a 13, he gets another attack anyway. Here we go. Reveal to everyone. 21 damage. So he blinks out and tears open your horse, and your horse falls immediately. And it begins to cackle even more. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you fall to the ground, or an athletics or acrobatics check to see if you take damage.
While this is happening, hey Callum, can you help with our ugly friend over there?
What do you mean? What do you want me to do?
It looks like we have some trouble. Can you protect Vidar or pick him up or something?
Saving throw or an acrobatics check?
Acrobatics check, please. Oh, you tumbled out just fine. And you feel Callum sort of take you over, and Callum and Vidar begins to glow like he's soul stitched. Right, let's fucking do this. And then, if you want to make another acrobatics check to attempt to jump on another horse, or if you would like to keep running, you can. You cannot outrun this guy, just an FYI. So someone, Loershik would be the closest person to you that you could jump on the horse for.
Can I assist him to give him an advantage?
Sure.
So,
Oh, so you're
try
gonna
to grab you.
Oh, absolutely.
Roll with an advantage.
Yep. Absolutely. He jumps on your horse, and you guys manage to get away. The Bone Claw jumps. He blinks some more times, but doesn't catch up to you, and you hear the cackling as you guys ride off. You hear the
What the hell was that, Vidar?
That was why I said that we should move faster and be prepared to defend.
How did you see that thing?
I have special eyes.
Look with your special eyes.
I have expertise in look.
My brand.
My
My
little blue eyes
brand.
sparkle a little bit.
Callum, do you know what that thing was?
No, but I've seen it before when the meteors hit. It wasn't good, but I don't know what they are. I know nothing. It'd be good to look into it, though.
Agreed.
And you guys successfully make it out. Are you gonna camp the night? You make it far. You're basically on the edge of Jersvala. You could head in. You could keep traveling the night, but you're gonna have a level of exhaustion until you go to sleep.
We should probably just sleep, and like it sucks to if we encountered that type of situation again and didn't sleep, we might be fucked. So
What time is it?
Early evening, like 7, 8 o'clock.
we can go to sleep and just get up really early.
How long until we get to Durstvala?
Half a day, like 4 hours of travel.
Okay, so hypothetically, we get there just before midnight. Probably get to the inn at midnight, which would be just like basically just enough time to see if the Banshee's around, but we don't actually know that the Banshee would be at the inn. We know it's in the area. Banshees don't travel very far, but that's it. And we don't have a bitch boy, lure this time. So I
think we need to
would
continue.
So you're voting for we go into town and get an inn or something and sleep there, and then look for the Banshee in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can go for that.
After seeing that thing, it would be preferable to get to Jurisvala and not sleep outdoors.
Sorry, I thought we were already there. That's why I said.
Have they caught up to me and Evie?
Yep.
Okay. Agreed. We should try to put distance between us and that.
So you're just gonna keep going?
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like what we want to do is go to Jurisvala and head for the inn and sleep there for the night. Or at least that's the plan.
We can sleep in a bit late in the morning if we need to. It's better than sleeping outside.
Sure. You're able to make it to the inn, and all of you currently have a level of exhaustion, but don't worry about that; it's going to be cleared eventually. You get to the inn, and the innkeeper recognizes you and says, "Oh, welcome back." He doesn't recognize you because you're disguised. He says, "Welcome. Would you like a room? A couple rooms for you all?"
Yeah, can we get a room each, please?
Sure. And he goes through his book and he sort of writes down, if I could have each of your names, please.
I am called Phalanx.
Phalanx.
Pika.
Pika. And he sort of writes
Evo.
it down. Evo. Jots it down.
Flesh render.
Flesh render.
Not suspicious at all.
It is a family name.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Lorishik?
Can I please get a room with 2 beds? I sometimes like to switch the bed in the middle of the night, just
Sure. It'll be a gold for Mr. Evo, and then 6 silver for everyone else, please.
I give him a gold.
Can you make change for a gold?
Absolutely.
Okay, so hand him the gold and take my change.
He gets you your change back, your 4 silvers. Is everyone else paying, I assume?
Yep, it just did.
Okay. Lorishik, it's the middle of the night. You're sleeping. I need you to
Tom's in the other bed.
I know. I need you to make a perception check, please.
Yay. I feel a banshee coming.
It smells like him. This guy knows where he is. You turn over and you open your eyes to see this monstrous vision of a banshee going through your belongings. And she's physically holding up Yvonne's business card.
Hi there.
Where is he?
Oh, he's in some city far away, and I want him dead probably as much as you do.
Right. Well,
I clear my disguise.
oh.
He betrayed us, just like he betrayed you.
Sounds about right. Where are your friends?
They have their own rooms. Can Callum see her too?
Yeah.
And can she see Callum?
No.
Okay.
Callum's just sitting there, like
they have their
he's
own
sitting.
rooms.
He's sitting sort of cross-legged on his bed, just looking.
Are you down for some fun?
What do you mean?
We can go wake them up.
Oh, yeah.
Come with me. I walk out to technician's room.
Are you gonna stealth?
I say, yeah, I stealth.
Okay, roll
So I
stealth.
stealth
please.
check.
Damn! Technician, make a perception check. You don't see shit. Okay.
All right. I slowly open the door and I creep in. And I assume technician's just like, how are you sleeping, technician?
He's probably standing up or some shit facing a wall. Or you're muted.
Just sitting. So just sitting in the chair next to the bed, looking at the door, eyes open.
Powered down or?
Yeah, so the way it works with Warforged is you're aware, but you're like inert.
Okay.
Yeah.
I look to the Banshee and say, hide right behind me. And when I wake him up, can you go through me? Just jump out of my face right in front of him. Can you do that?
Mhm.
Perfect. All right. I will get in front of the technician. I tap on the middle of his forehead.
His eyes sort of like right to you.
Hello.
Hey, technician.
And the
Yes.
Banshee comes screaming whoom, right out at you. And you should make a wisdom saving throw, please. Oh, it shocks him for a second, but he's like, fucking what?
Oh, hello again.
Found our friend.
Do you
I think friend. Are you our friend?
do you remember? There was a person here before, and you haunted them,
Yes.
and he screamed like a little girl.
Yes.
And I know people who also would like to make him scream like a little girl again. We were hoping that you could help us with that.
Yes. But I need you to help me.
What can we
Sure.
do for you?
I need you to kill me.
Why?
I have a plan. There's an old wizard in the forest near here, and he can capture me and put me in a container, and you can use me to kill him.
That would be cool. Better yet, though, do you think we can get back in touch with Best Girl? Maybe we can restore her.
You mean Skink?
Yeah, Skink. Did she tell us a way to get back in touch with her?
My understanding of resurrection is limited, but I do not believe it works that way.
Are you actually dead? If we have to kill you, are you dead?
I am dead right now. And Callum leans over to you. He's like, she's dead sort of in the way that I am, except I'm not malevolent, and she is.
Thanks, Callum.
Two questions. One, what is your name?
She looks at you. Name. I don't know.
Okay.
And she just
Two more
looks
questions.
really confused.
Two more questions. This wizard in the forest. How may we find him?
Follow the roots.
Last question. How would we go about killing you?
Magical weapons.
Did you used to live here?
I did. With him.
Are your belongings still here?
No, they were taken and sold.
Do you know who they were sold to? Maybe we can find them and retrieve them.
No. I should have a grave in the mountain. And she goes on
Grave
to
in the
explain very slowly that because of where she died, she can only go so far from her body. So it would actually be incredibly easy to figure out where her body is, because she can only go how far her body goes. Which is why she wants you to kill her, or essentially make her body more portable so that you could take her with you, so that when Yvonne shows up, she can help you kill him. That's what she's trying to do, is find a wizard that can make her body more compact, so you could put her in like a little bottle or like a little bag to take her with you. Not necessarily cremate her, but cremate her while maintaining her undead aspects. Because this version of a Banshee doesn't die permanently when you kill it. You have to completely destroy the body in order to remove her. She regenerates after a certain amount of time. So it'd be easier just to kill her, change her body into a new form, and then carry her with you. And then by the time you find Yvonne, or before then, you can actually call upon her if you have to.
Got it. We should wake up the rest of the crew.
One question before we do. If we help you by killing you and making you more portable, we have your word that you will not directly attack us.
Oh, no, I will never.
Thank you.
You'll never give us your word, or you'll never attack us.
I will never attack you. And she actually does say that she's technically bound to this realm by a connection to her god. And her god is Gleam. And Gleam's people are known for being truth tellers and like honest with people. They don't lie to people, that kind of thing. And as you're looking at her, she's literally a full ogre, and she has this huge tattoo on her arm. And I say huge because her arms are immense. Her arm has a huge tattoo of the symbol of Gleam on it.
You're a follower of Gleam.
I am.
Perhaps we should get her into a bottle and take her to the voice up north.
That is also a very good idea. But we should make sure everyone else is aware of and comfortable with this plan. Might I suggest Vidar?
I assume
Yes, we can scare Vidar.
Vidar has probably been at the door this whole time. Let's be real. Vidar has the second that you guys laid down, Vidar got his hour thing out of the way. Technician probably had some shit to work on, doing maintenance on Defender and like all that shit. Vidar has probably been walking around outside your guys' room the entire night anyway. Definitely listening into this conversation. There's no way.
I whisper to the Banshee, "Can you just poke your head through the door?"
She pokes her head through the door, and Vidar is just like, "What's up?"
So I open the door. Hey, Vidar, how are we going to wake up Evie?
Evie, make a perception check for me, please.
No thanks.
No?
I suddenly don't have internet.
Even if you were out of your trance, there's no way that you're playing with your cat or you're in your trance. There's just some reason that you have no clue what's about to happen to you. And I am so excited.
Frightening Evie does seem like a terrible idea.
I have a better idea. How about Banshee? Why don't you just go in there and play with her cat? Do we have any string or anything? I pull out some of the rope that's in my bag and hand it to the Banshee. Can she hold things?
Yeah, she can.
Why don't you just play with the cat, and we'll knock on the door outside, and Evie will wake up and see you playing with her cat all peacefully.
Speaking of cats, I got a baby. Hi.
So small. Wow. could hold her so easily.
Hello,
My cat
Stalin.
takes 4 hands to hold.
Look at
It's
her.
Stalin.
Oh,
It
she looks
is.
so stoked to be the cuddles.
No, she actually is perfect. Look.
Guten Tag. That's the wrong language. Don't mind
Yeah.
me.
It is.
If she
I
didn't
don't
want,
know
if
what it
she
is in
didn't,
Russian.
if she didn't want to be here,
Vasiflos?
if she didn't want to be here, she would leave. Trust me.
She does look like she's going to like cause genocide or something. Do genocide? Create genocide?
No.
Commit
No,
genocide.
Political
Commit.
killings. That was political killings.
True.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
thinking she threw you off with her language antics that were an accident.
Yeah, you know.
So
Probably thought Callum said that. Anyway.
you guys, so Evie, you're completely distracted by all of this, and Nat 1, they don't even have to roll stealth at this point. You are in your trance, and you don't hear that a rope is pulled under the door, and they knock at the door, and you turn, and the Banshee is playing with your cat with a rope. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Out of fear? What's the wisdom
Yep,
saving throw
Out
for?
of fear. You okay? Let me put you down? Oh my god. Here, I'll put you down. No? She's just sitting there. She literally just sat down. I think she actually wanted to be up here with me. That's weird. Nope. She's crawling under my backdrop now. You are... I would like to know if there's a way that I can cause you physical damage by how scared you are at this point.
Are you... I mean, I could be so scared that I, like, hit my head on the cabinet or something. I don't know.
That's what I imagine. Is like you fall over and you're like you physically hurt yourself as a result. Because that would be so funny.
Does Evie make any noise when she gets startled or scared? Does she like yelp?
Yeah. How does Evie react to fear? Like, what's her thing?
Well, it depends what kind of fear. So the spiders, where it's like more like it's just the existence of the thing is scary. It's like a silent trying to be as still as possible. With like a jump scare, which is what I assume this is, like I didn't expect to see that thing, and it like is just in my line of sight now. Yeah, I like scream, jump up, like hit things on my way, like not being graceful whatsoever.
Oh, I can use the insanity table. Hold on.
As I hear her scream, I whip open the door and say, "Happy birthday!"
I would also like to do an interrupt and say, I told you that was a terrible idea, and then do that.
Heroism. So you're gonna buff her. Immune
Buff
to
her
being
against-
frightened. Okay. She's gonna have. I'm gonna say that she has a short-term madness for this. So roll a d100 for
Okay.
me, please, Evie.
Help.
/R. Space d100. 36. The character falls incapacitated for the duration.
So I just pass the fuck out.
Literally, you go, and then you just immediately fall to the floor, passing out. So you guys hear,
But you do it very bravely.
yeah, you're like heroism, and then she's already like,
Someone take care of my cat.
oh. A few seconds later, you get back up, and you're like, I bet Evie's pissed.
Yeah, she's pissed. I'm gonna pick up Kindle away from whatever fun they were having and glare at everyone. That's not fucking funny.
I take out a piece of jerky and waggle it in her face.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand to slap him in the face really hard. specifically Mage Hand because I don't want to touch him.
PvP. PvP. PvP.
She doesn't want to PvP with me. It's
No,
a
I
bad
do.
idea.
I would say that could go either way, to be fair. Because if Evie gets the first shot, it's about to get it could be potentially extremely painful.
Just a slap. If he wants to fight, he can do it, but I'm gonna take that
You're
because
slapping it with the mage hand?
Okay.
I am.
Attack me. Do
I
it.
just
What's
did.
the saving throw?
No. You just feel like you see an ethereal hand appear
Oh.
in front of you. It just goes whoosh.
Can I dodge it?
No.
Well, the hands can't activate magic items or carry more than 10 pounds.
It's not doing damage to him.
attempting to do
Right,
damage.
yeah.
It's just
a
like
mock attack. I get it. Yeah.
it's just
Got it. The hand passes through my face. It was metaphorical.
yeah,
It stings emotionally.
it does.
It's just some meat. You don't want my meat?
We're gonna go
Why do
into
we always have
combat
to
in
go
a
through
second.
this? I take the beef jerky, and if you want it later, let me know. I put it back in my bag.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna explain to Evie the plan?
Yeah,
Oh,
Evie,
I
Pokeball,
also
I mean,
I will respond to the fact that the Banshee is there. Like, oh shit, you found her then.
She found Yvonne's card in Loerchik's bag, and then Loerchik came and found me. Also tried to frighten me. It did not work. I assumed you might need to be slightly braver. I tried to help. You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
We are... So, the plan in short strokes. We kill the Banshee. It's simple. We kill the Banshee. So, and then I'm going to go into the long explanation about we make the Banshee more portable, we go find the wizard, we kill the Banshee, and how we have the Banshee's word that we're also not going to get attacked.
Yeah.
So much triple and quadruple entendre.
Okay. Well,
What does Evie
Sounds
have to
like-
say about it?
we're all ready to take a bitch down.
We do still need to find this wizard. Whoa!
Okay. And what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna save that adventure for the next episode of Soulforged. Is that fair? Is that cool? Are we good? Are we all content with this? Which is going to be Monday next week, because actually it works out really well because I'm getting my second shot on Tuesday.
Nice.
So everything works out. We are planning on playing the same time on Monday instead of Tuesday next week. So I will be messaging, obviously, the Discord beforehand. I don't actually have all the links. If my mods would like to help me and link the Discord if you want to come join me, subscribe to the YouTube if you're not watching it on the YouTube already. And yeah, everyone have a great week. This week's going to be a good week. I have faith that everyone's going to have a good time. If you want to support me on Patreon, that's my preferred way of getting supported. Thanks for the bits and everything for Evie's pet. I think it was super fun. Thanks, Mookie. You didn't say anything, but I appreciate you. Everyone have a great week. I need to make that's on my list. I need to make my Patreon thing. But everyone have a great week. Stay safe. Do the right thing. And we will see you on Monday. Bye.